Hey everyone, Brian Porter here. Welcome to our Tonecast. Now we're going to be running this both on YouTube and on our Tonecast podcast page. We will include a link to that down below, whether it is the YouTube page or the podcast page as well. So what are we doing? What is this new project that we're talking about and that we're going to be going all sorts of different directions? It's called Dear Guitar Industry. So it's something that I've been thinking about a lot. I've been wanting to share some stuff about the guitar industry, some things I like, some things I dislike, then some challenges as being a company in the gear industry, being a guitar player, but also a company owner, and kind of like navigating this weird sort of state that I'm constantly in. And so I want to have it in a hopefully short form. I think these will be 5 to 10 minutes long each. I've got a whole page of topics I just started going on a couple days ago, and I've got a whole page of topics that I really want to talk about. And some stuff may be slightly controversial, or I'll leave names out of different situations. But there's some things that I've seen in the industry, and some things that frustrate me. There's some things that are exciting for me as well. So I'm just going to kind of, I don't know if it's let loose or just somewhat just put out an honest state. We've been trying to figure out what to do with our Tonecast. We've had 120, 119 or so episodes up to this point over about 7-year period. So it's been, very infrequent, all things considered. That's a lot of podcasts, but it's not a ton in if you count the number of available months that we've been sort of launching it. So I'd like to take it and I'd like to do something different with it. We're still going to be doing industry interviews. We're still going to be doing other things that I'd like to see on there, but it's going to be a little bit of a random show, a little bit of a kind of what's on our mind sort of show. And we're going to start with this Dear Guitar Industry series, and one of these will come out hopefully every couple days, maybe a couple of weeks. Just kind of depends on how our time is and what the topics are. It may be again a couple minutes long, it may be about 10 minutes long. Just really depends on the subject, depends on the topic. I would love to kind of speak to our place in the industry and our impact on the industry, and kind of what some things have become in the industry, like I mentioned before. So that's the plan, that's the hope. Again, as you set out to do something, sometimes it changes and morphs. So I don't want to put too many chains or whatever on it. I want to make sure that this can be whatever it becomes, and I plan on interviewing artists and interviewing other gear companies. Like I said before, some stuff like that will still happen, but this is going to be more of an in-depth sort of there may be one strictly on business topics, there may be one strictly on decision making in business. It's going to be a little bit of a look inside my mind, which could be terrifying for some of you, but I'm really excited to be putting this stuff out there, and just kind of being real and being authentic, and just saying like, hey, this is a perspective. And again, we're not always going to be right in the perspective, but we have seen and done a lot of things in the industry, and I'm curious to create some dialogue points, some things that we can talk about as fans of the gear industry. And then this is something that then can be turned into who knows where this will go, but it's just something I'm excited about, and I would love to just pursue this a little bit further. So we're going to do it. We're going to get this stuff out there, and you'll start seeing more of these episodes coming up. And again, if you're a listener type, it will be on the podcast platforms. If you're a watcher type, it will be on YouTube. We'll try to simulcast everything. Some of it might just be audio, so it really depends. You just want to make sure you're following us on the different platforms, whether it's our Podbean page or you're on Apple iTunes or YouTube as well. So keep that in mind. You never know what's going to be coming. I have some really interesting topics that I've probably got about 20 topics that I'm starting to queue up. So we'll see what happens, and we'll be jumping in to that very shortly. But I do thank you guys for being a part of the Porter ecosystem and being fans of what we do here. And we want to provide some content that's a little bit different. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to attempt to make this unique and different, and we're not really following a script, and we're not really trying to create a TV show or a famous podcast. We're just telling it like it is. And so that's why we're calling it Dear Guitar Industry. So here we go. You guys ready? Talk to you soon.